Hello guys, hi. Hope you're doing very well. I'm doing okay, I suppose. So this week we are painting random things. I actually took a week off, but you see, I draw for work. It's not like there is much else to do in my downtime either. So there is only so much Genshin one can play, right? Is it Genshin or Genshin? I think it's Genshin, but yeah. So I figured I would sketch a little. I ended up drawing Magma of another artist where you can. Magma is the platform where you can paint with other artists in real time. Honestly, I haven't been feeling very hot lately, so I thought why not hang out and paint a little bit with other artists. It actually helped a lot, to be honest. So, how it is when you work from home, there is not really anyone around to hang out with. So, painting with other artists online, just sharing the space made me kind of feel less alone, I suppose. Like there is so many people out there doing the same thing I do, and it just makes me feel connected, I suppose. It was honestly really comforting. I was just painting whatever popping onto my Pinterest feed, to be honest, no plans at all. So it was very chill and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I made a bunch of sketches during that time. For today's video, I picked three of them that I feel like turn out the nicest. So there were more like different types of mushrooms and few other bits, but not everything came out the way I wanted. So still, I like this few, so I colored them, and that is what this video is about. It's a little bit out of usual vibes, and it was fun, to be honest. I think it turned out pretty well, except maybe the strawberry. But yes, I hope you enjoy it. So, as I said, I haven't been feeling that great lately. Life just hasn't been very kind, I suppose. So I gave a little break and I took a week off. In the meantime, I was doing lots of random things, to be honest. So, a few months back, I bought bamboo strips on a whim because I had this sudden urge to make one of those, like samurai hats, the one you see on Genshin. Very cottagecore. So I thought maybe I'd make a basket and a hat, but of course I never really got around to it until this time. I turned out quite terrible, to be honest. I didn't even finish it. But my room was a disaster. Everyone was so covered in dust and stuff. I got so many splinters. Most of the time I had no idea what I was doing, but weirdly I really loved it. Just working with my hands felt so grounding. I also bought a bunch of silly little stickers. Actually, I ended up bedazzling my hand and fully bejeweling them. It just makes me smile so much. Even when I'm talking about it right now, it makes me smile. I don't really let myself do things like that often enough, I suppose. Things that aren't for work or for sharing or anything, just for joy, just because you can, I guess. I really do want more of that. I also end up making a corsage, to be honest. I have some old fake flowers that have been lying around. Originally, I bought them years ago to take photos with, but I never really used them as much anymore. So I turned them into a little corsage. Yeah, very pointless, I know. Very cute and very silly. My mother saw me actually and said that I was acting like a child. But I think it's okay to act like such at times, I suppose. I do want more of these silly things, more softness, I suppose. But on the other hand, I feel lately actually I've been reminded of it more, how driven people are, and I truly admire that for them. But of course, it just kind of makes me feel like a bit inadequate, I suppose. Like I'm falling behind somehow. Anyway, these are the feelings like you have at times, right? So yeah, anyway. But before the break, I was actually ahead of schedule for once, which felt really amazing, I tell you. But now I'm back at playing catch up again. Still, no regrets. I really needed that. Most of the time I was kind of laying on bed and doing nothing, to be honest. I also tried using gouache again during the break. Let me just say it did not go my way. You know how with watercolor you have to save the white of the paper for your highlights, but with gouache you're supposed to lose everything and then add the highlights later. It is just something I cannot wrap my head around, like, at all. I tried it 3 times. Each time it just did not work out, and it was a sketch of a man, to be honest, if you can believe that. I still find drawing men to be very tricky. They always end up looking too effeminate in my style. How I draw men with long lashes and thicker lips, I suppose it just makes them too feminine in my style. The reference photo I was using for this one actually was really beautiful. He has really distinct facial plans, and I'll put it on the screen if I remember to do so. And I've been trying to study light and shadows, so when a photo has more distinct planes and more distinct facial structures, it is easier to depict how the shadow is gonna fall across the face. So funny enough, when I was in art school, I drew so many old men, like wrinkly, grumpy, bearded old men. When I got out of school, I kind of swore off men altogether. I mean, drawing men altogether. I was like, it's like one of those things, right? You know, like when you discover a song, you listen to it on repeat for weeks, then suddenly you cannot stand the sight of it anymore. It was that kind of vibe, to be honest. But this sketch actually turned out very nice, and then I started coloring it with gouache. It all kinda unraveled, which is hilarious, to be honest, because I use gouache all the time. I've always treated it like a watercolor, more soft, layered, and translucent. But when I try to use it like properly, like, you know, like a opaque and bold way, I just freeze and I overthink everything and second guess. And maybe that's okay. Maybe I don't want to be a traditional gouache painter either at this point, or maybe I do. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. But one thing I'm really very sure that is I want to try oil painting again. I did for a brief time in art school. I did do some still lifes and such, but after that I haven't really gotten back. Yeah, I've got the paper and also the brushes and stuff, but I don't have the paint itself. I haven't really bought it. I don't know when I will, because it's kind of expensive. I'm kind of contemplating still. Until then, I just want to feel like I want to keep doing the studies and work on my original work as well. I really want to get better at applying what I've learned over the past few months. I actually took a bunch of classes, as you know. I've been taking you guys along with me. I did tons of studies on light and shadows, and I just hope I can bring that to my own original work as well. So yeah, back to the actual drawing itself. I actually painted a baby goat for the first time. I didn't really want to use a realistic colors. I really wanted it to be more angelic, like almost a unicorn. So I went full pastels, lots of dreamy soft tones. I even did the line art in colors, which I never do, which is very, very fun. It turned out very well, actually. I like it. I don't know if you will or not, but yeah, I hope I'm saying it when I'm actually drawing the goat itself. I don't know. I'm always very bad at syncing my voiceover with the actual painting itself, but that strawberry one didn't turn out quite great, to be honest. I didn't really plan it out properly. I think it would have worked better if I gone more stylistic instead of realistic, you know. I ended up using a Posca pen, white Posca pen for the highlights, which helped a little bit. But yeah, not my favorite part, but still I think overall the piece turned out okay. As you can see, this video doesn't really have any specific topics. I'm just literally talking about whatever that's coming to my mind, like literally rambling. But wanted to let you guys know that what I've been up to lately, because last video doesn't have any voiceover. Also don't like how I put a text were too long for sentences. I didn't like that either. Anyway, so if you have made it this far, I hope it didn't bore you too much. But honestly, it really like how this one turned out way better than I expected. Very low pressure and soft and playful. I love drawing mushrooms too, by the way. I really like how this one turned out. I used to draw them all the time actually. I don't know why I stopped. I think I really do need to bring them back, to be honest. So yeah, alright guys, that's it for today. If you guys made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed this, I would love for you to stick around for more. Thank you so much. I will see you in my next one. Bye.